The command line at the top of the search window is used to accomplish many of your basic tasks in BibleWorks. You can access the command line by either clicking on the command line with your mouse cursor or hitting Escape on your keyboard. The command line can be used to switch to a new verse in the Bible. All you'll need to do is type the book name, typically the first 3 letters of a book. I've typed GEN for Genesis, then a space, and then 1 for chapter 1. Then I can use either a colon, a period, or even a space to separate chapter 1 from verse 1. So now to switch to Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, I hit enter on my keyboard. You can also type a range of verses to view multiple verses at the same time. I can type GEN space 1 space 1-3, then hit enter. And now the browse window displays Genesis 1 through 3 in all of my display versions. If you're working in the same book, all you need to type is the chapter and verse reference. I've typed 2:3, then hit enter, and the browse window switches to Genesis 2:3. Or if you're working a particular chapter and you wish to switch to verse 6, just type 6 in the command line, then hit enter, and the browse window will switch to verse 6 of that chapter. The command line distinguishes between navigation to a verse and conducting a search by entering a control character before the word that you wish to search for. There are 3 basic types of searches using the command line: an and, an or a phrase search. The type of search that you are executing is determined by the appropriate control character. In most cases, you'll want to search for a word or words in a particular verse. This is accomplished by using the period before the word or words that you wish to search for. So if you wish to search for verses where faith and works appears in the verse, type the period and then the words faith and works and hit enter. This is an and search. But let's say you wish to search for faith or works, that is, verses where either faith or works appear, but they don't need to appear in the same verse. This is an or search. Use a / and then type in faith and works and hit enter. The command line also allows you to search for a phrase. The control character for a phrase is the single quote mark or the apostrophe. Type in the single quote mark and then the phrase that you wish to search for. Then hit enter. As you're becoming familiar with command line searches, you can display code insertion buttons, which will serve as a reminder to enter a control character, but also give you a button to click on to enter a control character as well. You can display code insertion buttons by right-clicking on the command line and then choosing Code Insertion Buttons. To remember what each code insertion button does, just hold your mouse cursor over it. There's an easy way to access a help file with a number of command line examples and shortcuts. Hold your mouse cursor over the command line and hit F1 on your keyboard. The help file Command Line Examples and Shortcuts is a good reference tool for the types of searches that you may wish to enter on the command line. You'll also find reference to many different command line shortcuts for using other commands from the command line. You can change your search version in BibleWorks from the main menu by clicking on Search and choose Search Version. However, it is also easy to change your search version from the command line by clicking within the command line and typing the 3-letter version abbreviation that you wish to search in. I've typed in BGM, and now my search version has changed to the BGM. Then I can type in a period, an agapao. Then when I hit enter, it will search the BGM for the word agapao. Let's hide the code insertion buttons for a moment. The three-letter version abbreviation that appears on the command line versions button indicates your current search version. The search version affects many different parts of the program. It controls what version you search on the command line. It controls what version is displayed when you switch to single version browse mode in the browse window. Also in the analysis window, the Words tab, the Context tab, and the Stats tab all use the current search version for the words or verses that they display. So it's a good idea to be aware of your current search version in the command line versions button, in the browse window header, and on the status bar. The command line versions button is always a key indicator of the search version. When you see more than one version appear there, the search version is always the first version or the version to the left of the /.